of the league in goals for, top of the league in goals against, top of the league in penalty kill. How do you prepare for a team that's firing on all cylinders right now?
Well, we worked on it today. I think they forecheck really hard. We saw some video this morning, and we're going to have to be ready for that. We're going to have to break the puck out well, and I think when we're a good team, we're skating 5 guys up the ice, forechecking as a 5-man unit, and when we're playing well, we're breaking the puck out 5-man unit as well. So we worked on that today, and it's going to have to translate tomorrow. And I think when a team is playing as well as them, you just got to frustrate them and not allow them to do the things they've been doing the last 9 games.
What aspect of your game against Boston needs to carry over on the road?
Well, just the intensity, and you saw the 2 fights early, and we won a lot of foot races and puck battles. So that's all stuff we need right now, and when we're playing well, you see us doing those things.
You played against Bennington in the Four Nations. He's on top of his game right now. How can you get to him as far as putting some pucks behind him, because you need to score to win?
Well, you got to get traffic on him, and it's again someone that's feeling really good right now. You got to make him feel uncomfortable, especially early. You can't let him find the feeling that he's had the last 9 games.
Dylan, last game you guys did a good job limiting odd-man rushes, just defensively as a whole. Do you need to carry that over tomorrow and for the rest of the season?
Yeah, we need to. That needs to be a part of how we play moving forward, and it's something that we work on and we talk about. The last game at home against Ottawa we didn't feel like that was us, and we don't play that kind of hockey where we trade chances, and it was much better against Boston. We saw the result because of it.
I think Waddy's been great with that. He brings the energy, brings the excitement. It's something he obviously knows how to do too. So ever since he's come up, he's brought in some great energy to the team.
Patrick, St. Louis is on a 9-game heater right now, and the top of the league in goals scored and goals against, as far as that goes, and penalty kill over this 9-game stretch. When a team's going on all cylinders, how do you, counteract what they're doing right now?
Well, obviously we have things that we, scout the opposition on, and things that we try to get ready for. Practice was pretty much based around that today, but it comes down to one game, right? They've won 9 in a row, and someone's probably going to stop that at some point. So hopefully it's us, and give us a lot of momentum and confidence the rest of the way. But it'll be a great test for us. Like you said, they're firing on all cylinders right now, and it seems like they have been ever since they hired Jim Montgomery as coach there. So. Obviously, he's regarded as one of the better coaches in the league, and he's brought a lot to that group. So, not surprised that they're doing so well.
They're riding a hot goaltender right now, too. As far as that goes, how can you maybe frustrate Bennington or get to him as far as that goes?
You say the same things about every goalie, right? It's lateral plays, you got to get it upstairs, try to get some traffic in front. Always tough to stop the puck when there's some type of traffic. You get your chance, make sure you're bearing down to bury it. But these guys really haven't given up many opportunities as well. When you do get your chance, try to bear down and make it count.
The schedule and the standings are what they are, but it just seems to change, flip up every night. How do you guys embrace that challenge and keeping it as it is?
No, it is what it is, right? After last game, we're going into it and we're talking about you win one game, you're 1 point out, and all of a sudden, the Rangers win and Montreal wins, and you're 3 points out. So that's just kind of the nature of the situation we're in. You can look at it, you can study it, but it comes down to winning hockey games ourselves. And obviously we're going to have a good record here down the stretch, but focus on tomorrow and try to get the 2 points there.
To just start off, any update on Peter?
Peter won't make the trip. Getting treatment. I think he's going to start skating over the next couple days. But that should give you a pretty good indication he's not going to play for a little while.
And just St. Louis, they've been playing so well. I saw that, in practice today, everything you were focused on. What's the challenge in taking them on?
Well, they're a confident team. I think they're very well structured in all three zones, so they apply pressure when it needs to be applied, and after that they're checking. And certainly since Bennington's been back from the Four Nations and the trade deadlines worked its way through, I think Shanner and Bennington have been big parts of their team, and they're driving the bus right now, and everybody else is following. So they're a very effective hockey club right now.
When you look at how you guys defended against Boston, what about that effort do you think is translatable into the, that you're able to kind of carry over to the next game?
Yeah, and I'm not sure that there's always a carryover. The teams that you're playing against, the opposition's a little bit different, but we've liked some things that we've been doing lately, and we've seen other areas slip a little bit and need addressing. And, today we worried a lot more about the Detroit Red Wings than we did the St. Louis Blues. So we have to. We're at that stage. And some of the areas that were slipping, we spent a lot of time trying to adjust or correct. I'd like to think it'll pay dividends tomorrow and down the stretch, but practice time is quite valuable at this time of the year, and we have to take advantage of it when we can.
Todd, I guess you spend a lot of time on your breakouts. Is that one of the areas that slipped, and in what ways had it slipped that needed to be corrected?
You could say we spent a lot of time on breakouts, but we spent a lot of time on the forecheck too, because we had both. One you almost have to have with the other. And those are two areas we'd like to see us polish up a little bit. I thought when we were winning more than we were losing, we played more as 5 instead of 4 or 3 in both zones, whether it was forecheck or breakout. And you have to be connected on both sides of the puck. And we haven't been that as much of late, so practice opportunity today to work on it.
Bennington's been hot ever since Four Nations right now. How important will traffic in front of him be? I know it's important every night, but specifically when a goalie's riding a heater like this, how important are those kinds of things, taking his eyes away and making the night hard for him?
Yeah, well, see, traffic's, and being in somebody's eyes is a sneaky thing. You can sell it all you want, but if you don't shoot the puck, there's no sense being there, right? Like, so there's two pieces to it. There's the puck that has to go towards that direction in the net, and then there's somebody that has to be around it. They do a real good job at suppressing shots and defending. So we're going to have to work hard just to get the shot to begin with. And then when we do get it, where are we? Are we through the eyes? Are we around the net? Are we looking off to, sometimes there's quiet ice off the net side. So it's not as simple as just being in somebody's eyes. There's more to it.
Bit of a conceptual question here. You talked about carryover, and there are a team that's won 9 in a row. And as a coach, when you we hear the word momentum, is it something that really can carry over from game to game? Like, how do you look at when we talk about that? Obviously,
well, we've had 2 of our own win streaks here, and you just, when you start winning, you feel good about each other, and you feel good about the team. Your confidence climbs a little bit. You believe you can get out of the crappy parts of the game. And I'm sure they have all those feelings right now. We had them earlier. When it's going the other way, you kind of fear those crappy times of the game, and you wonder if you can get out of them. And if something goes wrong, you're a little more apprehensive than you are aggressive. So that's the difference between winning and losing streaks. Is that momentum? I don't know. But that's how teams feel when it's going well or not going well.
how do you look at kind of the parallels between you and them? Just both you and Jim Montgomery both took over mid-season, both kind of came in with similar, we're going to work on some structure. How do you kind of look at that with these two teams?
I really don't, to tell you the truth. I think you just got to deal with it, with what you have and what's in front of you. Monty's an unreal coach. My son played for him for 3 years at Denver, so I got to know him really well. And you know, if there's a coach that Tyson could go back and play for, it's probably him. So he's done a real good job with his team, but every situation's a little bit different. The group, where they're at, the development. So I can't tie the two together. They're in the other conference. I haven't even seen St. Louis this year yet. So.
Hey, Ted, how nice is it going to be to have a guy like Talbot in net here for the bulk of the work, I would think? He's a veteran. He's been through stuff like this before. Is that a good thing to have in your back pocket like that?
Well, we have 3 of them that are really like that. You think of Alex Line that took Florida on a run there just to get him into the playoffs. Mrazek's been around for a long time, obviously not healthy, and Talbs has in his own way. So we do have 3 of them. I thought Talbs was quite good the other night against Boston. There wasn't a lot of action, but when we went back and looked at some of the chances, you had to make a couple 10-bellers, not just the one at the end, to keep us where we were. And I think when we left that game, we felt confident about him and that position.
A few games now to see Jeff Petrie since he came back. How have you felt like he's worked his way back in?
Tough task for Petey. His injury didn't allow him to skate at all. And, at his spot in his career and the number of games and miles on that body, skating is something that's real important. And obviously he didn't get to skate enough. We're trying to get him going. I liked his positioning. I liked his stick. I liked his thought process on defending. Even offensively, you could see he was using his shot. It's just the skating part that will have to come. And, we don't have time. Our whole team doesn't have time. So we take what we can get and hope it gets better every day.
Todd, Marco, going back from center, wing, center, it seems like wherever he plays kind of the same effective game. Just how is that a difficult transition for players switching positions like that multiple times during the season?
Yeah.
And what is it about his makeup that allows him to do it so seamlessly?
Well, I think for some it's very difficult. Marco may be one of the exceptions. The initial task of going from center to wing was probably a bigger adjustment than going back to the middle. He played in the middle his whole life. When he initially went up and had to play the wing, that was probably where he felt he had to adjust his game and read it a little bit different, understand what might happen along the boards more than in the middle of the rink. He's gone back to the middle now, and he's done a tremendous job. You talk about 200-foot players. I would put him on our team in that category. He plays our zone, he plays the neutral zone, the offensive zone. He can play east, west, north, south. He's a 200-foot player, and those guys are very valuable.
To kind of ask to follow up on that, when you go into the wing, you get a little bit more of those half-wall battles in the boards and everything like that. Is that one of those, when he's kind of learned that element of the NHL, what have you seen in that part of it?
I'm trying to think I hope I answer your question. I think you're asking me about, playing against the wood and the tight areas and the rolling
just
around.
Going from the center, you're there, but as a wing, you're digging down there a little
Yeah,
bit more.
you're starting along
Yeah.
a wall. And when you're in the middle, you're starting in open ice, and it's different. It feels different. From the center ice position, you have peripheral vision, and you can use both sides. When you're stuck against that wall, it's really one way. And I think you have to learn how to play in that. You have to understand how to open up space around the boards. And that's the challenge that centers have to go to the wing. I think Marco does a good job of it. The way we play, a lot of times our centers could be stuck on the wall too. So they play there. It's just the thought process and the mentality of where do I start and does this feel different for longer periods of time?
Hey, Todd, you kind of gave Casper a little bigger piece of the pie almost as soon as you came aboard. Is there something you saw there, or what was behind that decision?
I thought you were going to ask me about Cass the other night going up against Pasternak and gave him more there, which we did too. We said, you check tonight and your line do that job. But going back to, coming in, I didn't know Cass that much. I had to rely on others' opinions. Truthfully, the first game or two, I wasn't, I'd heard about what a talented and smart player this guy was, but I wasn't sure yet. And then we talked about, okay, you guys have the same line of questioning, can he produce some offense? And he wasn't going to, basically with the minutes we were playing him and where we were playing him. So we had to swing the bat a little bit, and we put him up there, and he took advantage of it. Now, if it doesn't go well the first 2 or 3 games, he's probably going back down to his line or who knows where. He took advantage and created some trust between the coaching staff, the player, and then the players, more importantly. So he did it, not us.
Soderblom, is he still in the day-to-day range?
He's still in the
or-
day-to-day. He put his equipment on today and skated a little bit, so good sign. We won't make the trip, though.